Money day, money year. Happy 2023 to all. Okay, happy New Year's, people. Hope you're all doing well. Took a little lengthy break off, but you know we're back. Okay, second week of Jan, hitting the charts heavy. Okay, now before we get into it, of course, I'm obviously accompanied by Pastor Pips. How we doing, bro?
Doing well. Looking forward to the new year. And yeah, let's get going. Let's make sure the setups are nice, smooth, crisp with detail. And yeah,
Uh-huh.
let's make this money, man.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Now, obviously, guys, before we move over to the charts and what's actually in store for the week ahead, if you check out our website, litcapital.co.uk, and start your trading journey with us, okay? Now, going into January, we still have a sale on, okay? We've extended the sale for this month as well, okay? 30% off of all products, okay? Now, if you want to get involved in mentoring, now is going to be your cheapest available option to do so. And even if you want to join our Discord, now is going to be the cheapest option to do so. Okay, now check that out. Hit us up, give us an inquiry either on socials or through the website itself. Okay, hope that stands you well. So going into the economic calendar for the week ahead, obviously we're going to check out what we have in store news wise, which could obviously impact the markets and things like that. So we have an unemployment rate coming up for the euro. Um, for those that are going to be trading the London session today, defo be in tune with that. Okay, it's coming thick and fast, just under 40 minutes, just over 40 minutes, excuse me. So that's the only thing for today that stands out. Tuesday, we have got some retail sales for the pound. And we also have a speech from Chairman Powell at 2 p.m. Okay, now he doesn't normally speak on Tuesday, so who knows what he's going to filter the markets out with, see what he's speaking about, of course. Wednesday, we got some retail sales for the Aussie. That's the only thing that really stands out. We got crude oil stocks as well, but that's the only main thing on Wednesday. So quite dry on Wednesday, to be fair. Going into Thursday, got trade balance for the Aussie as well. You've got inflation from China. We've got some jobless claims for the US in the afternoon of Thursday, and we have very important inflation data and CPI data coming from the US as well. Now, obviously, that is going to be probably the main event for the week in terms of news because inflation is still the main topic being spoken about. Okay. So Friday, to round it off, we've got balance of trade for China. We've got goods trades balance for the UK as well. We also have GDP for the UK. Now that's going to be important as well to see how the economy is doing. GDP is measuring whether or not we are getting growth or shrinkage. Okay, that's going to basically tell us whether or not the economy is actually growing. I don't think it will be, but that's just, you know, my pessimism kicking in. So that's kind of how we're going to round off that. We got CPI for Spain. It's not so much all the Eurozones, it's just Spain. So nothing really major there. Then you got some consumer sentiment for the dollar. So yeah, I think Thursday potentially is the main day. But I'm not overlooking what Chairman Powell could be speaking about on Tuesday as well. So that's kind of how it's looking for me. So if we head over to the charts, and gonna start with the dollar, of course. And looking at this weekly, what we are currently seeing is we do have this area of imbalance where we could push into. We have technically pushed into it already. Excuse me, where we had this low taken here on the weekly, and then we kind of reacted last week, pushed up as well. Last week we did have NFP, and that kind of brought the charts crashing. That well, not the charts crashing down, but it brought the dollar down quite a bit. So whether we continue into this area, I do think it's probably likely. We probably will take this daily low here, come into it within this weekly imbalance. We do have a daily imbalance as well. So obviously filter that out as and when we get below into that area there to see whether or not we're going to push up higher. Now, obviously with what happened with NFP, I'm not necessarily saying we're going to push past this area. It could, of course, but the first area I'm potentially going to be looking at is this imbalance, which was left here, to see if we then get a continuation lower. Now, if that doesn't happen and we fold and we do go past that, what I was kind of looking at for the actual NFP result itself was to come to this area here and push into this candle here. Now, yes, we took out some highs. I did think we would have took out all of them based off of it was quite range in price action here. And obviously there would have been liquidity resting there as well as up above this one as well. So I did think we would push above all of that and take all of that out, but it wasn't to be. We pushed past some highs and then we grabbed what we could from there, and then we headed down lower. So I think yeah, looking at the daily picture is going to be your best option to just see how we react within this area here, and then look to see if we can potentially get a pullback in that 4-hour area, or if that doesn't hold, then look above that for other areas where liquidity is resting, and we also have that 4-hour imbalance area as well. So going, transmuting that to what we're seeing on the pound, where we pushed up quite heavily. I'm looking at this potential area here where, again, we have a key imbalance. We have some equal highs resting there on the daily. Whether we get above there and feel some of this imbalance to then come lower, that is kind of what I'm looking at. So obviously this is a daily, what the daily picture is looking like. If we go to the 4-hour, then we can kind of see, again, potential area here. Now the imbalance isn't as clear on the 4-hour, which is fine, but once we get above those highs, that is when I'm going to start paying attention. Now, whether or not we're going to, really, really fall to the floor off of that, again, is going to depend on what the dollar wants to do as and when it decides to retrace. Now, this is going to be a area to look at as well in terms of the imbalance. So that's kind of how, the picture is looking at whether or not we're going to get some setups. I don't think the sell is available to us just yet. Obviously, we're continuing to push with the first London session of the week. Mainly that may be setting us up for, things to come later in the week. So look, keep the daily picture in mind and keep this area in mind, and then start paying attention as and when we get there. We're not too far away, probably about 80 pips away from that area. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for the dollar. I'm matching it with GU. And then finally, I've got for you guys US oil. Now, US oil, again, it does have a slight correlation with the dollar, but not crazy amounts. But looking at what we have here, if we go into this 8-hour area here, we have what I had marked up in terms of an imbalance, and then we have pushed up since. Now we dropped very, very heavily from this 12-hour candle here. And what I'm kind of looking at is a retracement into this area for us to potentially get a short past these lows. Okay, now oil is definitely bearish. It's been bearish for a while now. So where we've been having these massive moves to the downside, it's about time that we start thinking about, we've got a lower low, potential lower high here. Haven't quite got a new lower low, but this is where I'm thinking we could potentially get a new lower low made off of this retracement. So oil is definitely in line to give us a great move if this does pan out. So just looking to, fill some of this imbalance. Obviously, where we had all of this massive downside price action, we do need a retracement, of course. I'm going to see how it reacts in here, but definitely optimistic we can get a new leg lower, which is, it's a lot of points if we start to add it up. So that's kind of what I am going to be focused on for the week ahead. So that's all I got for you guys today. I'm going to hand it over to Pastor Pips himself, where he's got some setups for you as well. Pastor, take it away.
Thank you. Let me just share my screen. Okay, guys. So for this week, I've pretty much only got the indices for you. Of course, Jacob's done a great job at sharing the other pairs. GU is definitely one that's very, very interesting. At the moment, when I look at the mini S&P, looking at things from a daily perspective, last year, for the guys that were in the Discord, you did understand I was looking for price to come down after we had the spike up, taking out the highs, to come down to around this daily area here. So we have pushed into this daily area and we've held very, very well. Okay, loads of rejection. We had this little mini range. Now it looks like price wants to head up higher. Now, realistically, I am looking for prices to push up higher, potentially into this imbalance here, for us to potentially get some shorts. Of course, we're going to target the most recent lows, for example, here, here, and here. But I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if we actually get the weekly low taken out, or even when we look at things from the monthly perspective. When we do look at the line chart there, you can see kind of the picture that we are getting for this lower low, for a potential lower high for us to potentially get another lower low. Now, I'm not saying that this will happen straight away. It can definitely and will definitely take time as we are looking at things from the higher time frame. Now, on the hour, okay, there's not really much to look at. Potentially we could look at this down candle here if price can actually push down or retrace, and then we get a move up higher. But if I'm being completely real and completely honest, I don't want to see the market push down lower just yet. I do want to see it continue to rally and push up higher. So once we get up to those higher prices, then we can look to take some sells. So I'm going to go through the NAS just to wrap things up. Okay. With the NASDAQ, we are currently, we have rejected out of that daily candle there to the left quite a couple of times. We do have some more imbalances when we do look above. So, I wouldn't be surprised if price does actually get up there. Do I think it'll reach up there? Not really. And the reason why I say that is because kind of the picture that we are seeing on the S&P is a lot closer to the daily imbalance. We might actually just push up, spike above these daily highs. Maybe we tap the lower portion of the imbalance before we potentially get a short. But yeah, I'm very heavily bearish on the indices. I do think we are going to get lower prices, but of course, to start off the year, just a slight push up for us to come back down lower. Sorry. Yeah, guys. With that being said, that is all from us. Look forward to seeing you guys in the live stream. And I look forward to 2023 and what it has, in store for us.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, man, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, you're the vibes is lit side. And remember, every day is money day. Peace.